What is up, everybody? How are you doing today? Today, I tried to do it without the countdown. Hopefully, it doesn't mess anything up. Kind of throws off my rhythm a bit, but what is up, everybody? Welcome to another show of the Black Line Brief. I'm your host, Matthew McKim, and we're going to have a good show today. A lot going on. Let's see, I got to skip this ad so that I can see that the stream is good. Thumbs up, Mystic. That audio video looks good. I went without the countdown today, trying to get everything squared away the right way without getting dinged, I'm going to try to not cause any earthquakes tonight. I'll try not to touch the table. Hands off the table. All right. We went early tonight. For one, I'm ready. Okay. Number two, Baron ended up not doing a live. Most of the time he doesn't do live on Tuesdays, but I was like waiting to see if he was going to put out a live link, and he didn't. So I was like, hey, I'm ready to go. Should I just go? And I was like, yeah, you should just go. So here we are going live at 5:15. For those of you coming in, please do me a favor, hit the like and the subscribe as you come in. If you want to wait a little bit, that's fine, totally fine. But just do it before you leave. It definitely is the best way to help and support the channel and show your love and support. So welcome in. Let's see, you guys. If for those of you that have watched, Candace this week and Baron yesterday and then Zach today, I just want to say that, and I've said this before, not all of us have to be in agreement on every little part, right? And I think at times where you're going to see creators working through thoughts out loud, right? And especially some of the bigger creators are probably privy to some information that hasn't been released yet, and may be why they're saying things that they're saying that for the regular viewer may seem kind of out of pocket or out of place. And, I'm just saying, after watching Zach today, I think he's working through this, right? And I know that always for him, one of the things that he's a very logical person, and trying to figure out who really is all involved. And for him, the more people involved in this like elaborate, scheme, it seems more unlikely to him, and I agree that it's hard. It's really hard to believe that all these people around Charlie could all be complicit in his assassination. I get it. I'm not in that place. For me. But yeah, looking at older videos of Erika and Charlie together, there's moments where I could understand others see what they think is real love and devotion from Erika to Charlie. I don't see it that way personally. I do not think Andrew Kolvet is pulling all the strings. Okay. I definitely think he is pulling strings. Definitely. But I think, look, you guys, there's some things I want to talk about, but I don't have like the full receipts on it yet, so I can't like show it. But there's other creators that have talked about this so far. There's lots of things that Erika Kirk has done since September 10th that to me, I just can't forget. And I guess an argument could be made that she's in fear for her life. and being forced to do them, I guess. I don't think that, you know, within a month of his assassination, Erika Kirk is putting out all of these. She's trademarking his signatures, his name in different fonts. A lot of them are currently pending, which other creators have said Erika Kirk is currently in a battle with Charlie Kirk's parents for the rights of different things related to Charlie, whether that be his name, his likeness, his signature, some of his podcasts, that the parents supposedly, allegedly, are fighting for them for the future children, right? And that Erika, like, immediately is seemingly fighting for them personally for herself. You know, not only that, everything she's done since the assassination, whether that be getting up on stage. Okay, let's back up. Hanging out the car. Let's see. I think I had it on. Let's just look at it. Hopefully it won't mess up I think I reposted it so that it will be in my profile. It should be my top one. Yeah, I think this is it, as long as it loads. Yeah. Okay, let me make sure. All right. It's not angry. X is not angry. Oh, you know what I didn't do, though? Hold on. Woo. Hold on. I got it. Don't worry. I won't pull a Baron. Well, bam. There it is. I'll make it big for you guys. Right? So this is one of, like, the first things she did to me that was bizarre. All right? Love you, Erika. This is bizarre. Stacey Sheridan right there wearing an American flag. Like, this is all so curated, right? I don't see tears either, by the way. And in her closed fist is the supposed necklace, right? Because she, at a different time, she hangs it out the car. This is just so bizarre to me. I don't see Andrew Kolvet there. I don't see, Justin Strife. I don't see, what's his name? Something more. What's his name? His first name. I forget his name. Oh my gosh, I can't think of his first name. Anyway, Baron was talking about him yesterday. Something more. And I don't think that she's been put up to all this. Like, if we go back and we even think about, like, the days and the night before, right? And her behavior the night before with everything that went down, and then her telling of the story so bizarrely after, and then, like, asking a reporter, I think it was New York Times, that didn't do an audio interview, but just did a written interview, was one of the first things. She was, like, in her yoga outfit or workout clothes, and he was, like, in the condo. Erika has continually done things herself that has made her seem, in some way, shape, or form, complicit in all of this. And I just reject it outright that she is, 100% innocent. I'm not saying she's 100% guilty. I'm saying, and I'm not the only one, her behavior is unexplainable in the wake of her husband's assassination. Okay, so we have that, right? Then we have that scene of her in the Cadillac Escalade with Stacey Sheridan, like, grieving for attention. Like I'm going to roll down my window where I see hundreds of people, like a photo op. Like she chose to make her grief a photo op every step of the way. I'm going to invite the cameras into the casket, into the actual casket, open casket. Uh, who made her do that? Nobody. I'm going to have Stacey Sheridan stand, and I can't play that. Like I did a video on that, you guys, and YouTube doesn't like it. You guys know my video a couple days ago where I had Blake Neff and Andrew Kolvet with the little Wii arms and the boxing gloves, and Erika was beat up. It got flagged for like bullying. Like I changed the thumbnail because nothing in the video was bad. I changed the thumbnail and it went back to like okay status. So and it was a metaphor. Like it wasn't like me saying she needs to be beat up. It was like, you know, playing off of Andrew Kolvet and Blake Neff, like if you're gonna take on Erika, you gotta go through us first. Like she's been beat up verbally, like she's been beat up on social media. Like, come on, man. But anyway, so I can't play the casket scene, but she does the casket scene. Okay. Here's the other thing. That is, oh, let me get to this, Sonia Moore. Sonia, you're awesome. I'd like to state for the record, no relation to Mr. Moore. Black Line Crew, what is up? That's funny. Gosh, I can't. Do you guys remember his first name? It's something more. Julian Moore, Judas Moore. Is that it? No, I'm just kidding. I know that's not it. Okay. I'm not even gonna go there with that one. Where was I? Ooh, I lost track for a second. After the casket scene, what was the next thing? Oh, this was what I was going to say too. And from the beginning, you guys, we have never seen a video, a photo of Erika Kirk grieving with the parents. We see Erika Kirk at the airport, on the tarmac, when the casket's being loaded into Air Force Two. You have Erika Kirk, Stacey Sheridan, big space, parents. That's weird. So that's not an accident. That's not an accident at all. Yeah, not at all. They know, like Erika's right there. She and her, you know, chief of gifts, Stacey Sheridan, is there holding her. That is very weird. Okay. And then at the White House, when, you know, Erika Kirk is receiving the medal, after, when they're like standing on the side and there's chairs, you have Erika Kirk, Stacey Sheridan, two empty chairs, Charlie's mom, Charlie's dad. Okay. We have no public record of them consoling one another, you know, giving comfort to one another. Nothing. So that's bizarre to me. Okay. Then, you know, after the casket scene, she does her, and then she accepts to be CEO within 72 hours of the assassination, completely disregarding every public statement she's ever previously made with and without Charlie, but while she was married, but when she did individual speaking engagements, like at the Young Women's Leadership Summit, which we'll look at in a second, she made it very, very clear that the woman's role was, you know, if you could, right, afford it and your family was set up that way, that the woman, the young mom should stay home and raise the children, and the husband should go to work and earn the money. Erika can stay home. She physically can stay home, has no need to work ever again, ever again. And, you know, we have her, when she does that first video of herself in the Charlie Kirk's office, and she's got the necklace in her hands and she's dangling it on his chair. This chair. This chair. Like what is that? What is lying to Candace Owens? Like, I just can't. What is forgiving Tyler Robinson before we've even known like any facts as to like who actually killed Charlie? And then she's doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on the Fed slop narrative every step of the way. I just don't, I can't. I'm not there, man. Yeah. And so, but for other creators, if that's where they're at in their process of, processing this and trying to make sense of it all, I understand that. And I get it, because so much of this makes, no sense. I mean, it does in the way that we've connected it, but there's so many questions still left unanswered. There's so many, tangents that have been started but never brought to their completion. And so we don't have a full picture on anything, really. We have a lot of speculation and assumptions and suspicion, concern, but we have yet to find a smoking gun on anything or anyone for that matter. And so I'm very skeptical of, just trying to just paint with a broad brush that like Erika's innocent, I can't, and for Justin Strife, he either is innocent, right? Because one of Charlie's last things he did was he wrote that email on September 2nd to the company where he publicly announced the formal promotion of Justin Strife to COO, or CEO or COO. And then he empowered him with specific, powers and duties to carry out. And either Charlie did that because he trusted Justin, right? So to do the Doge style effort to, reshape company culture. And there was 4 bullet points. I don't have them all memorized, but those were the big ones, and others. And Charlie either did that because he trusted Justin, or he did that as one of his last things, because if he had any real inclination that he was going to die that very next day, or not on September 2nd, not the next day, but that within a week, within 8 days, he would have known that eventually this email would surface and we would all be able to check if Justin completed all of Charlie's final wishes, kind of thing. And it would be this massive red flag that if one of the last things Charlie did was appoint Justin to carry out these 4 duties, and then Justin never did them, which I think so far he hasn't done. He didn't do the Doge style effort. I don't know that he's reshaped company culture, at least not in the way that Charlie must have meant it. Remaking it in Erika's vision and 2.0. I don't think that's what he meant. And the fact that Erika in that meeting the week after was like, any emails that Charlie sent anyone, like, disregard. Like, we're done with that. It's not that we're done. It's just that we're done. Okay. Like that final email too, like that one. You don't want Charlie's final email to the company to be completed and carried out. That's weird. That's very weird. I don't know that it means she's 100% guilty or innocent, because, like, I guess at this point there's so much unknown. If she's being forced to do that, is she being threatened to do that? Yeah. But I just don't believe that, from my read on her behavior, on what I've seen her do publicly over the last 8 months, 9 months, I don't get the feeling that she's an innocent actor in all of this. I just don't, you know? So let's take a look at something. Let's go here. Right? Let's go here. Let's listen to Erika Kirk herself.
Culture is saying you're not doing enough. Culture is saying you need to own a business by the time you're 23. You need to go viral for this on Instagram. You're falling behind. Whenever you feel that, I want you to say out loud, I don't care if you're looking at a mirror, I don't care if you're writing it down. I want you to say, I am not behind, I am becoming. Do not feel like you're running out of time. The enemy loves to make you feel like you're running out of time, but you can always have a career. It is not going anywhere. LLCs will always be able to be created. There is a government institution for that. Like, it's not going away. You will always be able to create your own company. But children, family, your husband, marriages, that is not a renewable resource. That is not. Don't delay the eternal for temporary, and do not sacrifice the sacred for the secular. It is not worth it. And I know some of you, especially the students, are not even thinking about husband, kid, life. Like,
so that previous statement, everything she just said, even though it was pretty vague in its wording and a little bit ambiguous, it's about marriage and family, being a wife and a mother. That's what that whole statement was about. Do not put it off. Do not pursue the things of this culture and this world. Pursue those things of heaven, which is a godly marriage and a godly family, and be a godly mother and a godly wife. That is your responsibility first, and your duty, and should be your goal. That's Erika Kirk's prescriptive advice to young women. Only to, in 2025, after her husband is assassinated, act like she's never said this ever before in her life, when she has said this literally so many times, I can't even count. It is insane. Like, literally, it's insane. Let's see. So I just, I wanted to bring up different things that, like, let's just remember who Erika has been this entire time since the assassination. Choosing to do Barry Weiss, like, what? Like, that's like the enemy of Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk would never have gone on and done an interview with Barry Weiss. It was made to look live, like a town hall live. It was pre-recorded. It was scripted. Erika knew all the questions ahead of time. She got time to prepare her answers. She knew Hunter Kozak was going to be there. Right? And so even more of a reason, right? Because if she believes the official FedSlop narrative that Tyler Robinson, a crazy leftist, right, radicalized online, maybe radicalized by certain people online, like the Un-F America Tour people like Hunter Kozak that literally went around to make Charlie's life hell on his campus tour events. And then it just so happened to be Hunter Kozak at the mic asking the very last question ever to Charlie. And that very last question ever was about trans violence. And then supposedly a young kid who's in a trans relationship who was angry about trans issues took the shot. And Erika's okay with that person who at this time, there's no way could have been ruled out as having any part of, outside role in this. Like, oh, it's just a coincidence. Remember Erika's previous words? I don't believe in coincidences. Oh, okay. Then why are you receiving? Why did you tell Barry Weiss? Yeah, that's okay. Have Hunter Kozak on. That would be great for ratings. People would love to see that. Like a grieving widow, really like a real one, right? That doesn't know yet if this kid played some sort of part or role, but at the very least, this kid, when Charlie was alive, Hunter Kozak made Charlie's life hell. Hunter Kozak was not a fan of Charlie and never was silent about that. And she's like, yeah, have him on. Let him ask me some questions. Totally good. Great for ratings. Good idea, Barry. Like if this was a gotcha moment and Barry snuck him in, well, that would have been Erika Kirk's opportunity to be like, what the heck are you doing here? I'm not answering a single question from you. How could you, Barry, bring him on? This is so disgusting. So no, it wasn't a gotcha moment. She knew and she was okay with it. What about Amfest? What about letting Ben Shapiro donate millions of dollars to literally like headline the event where he attacked Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, two people, and Megyn Kelly, three people of which were the closest people to Charlie at the end because they were all in alignment on these major issues that divided most people. These major issues about freedom of speech, about the freedom and autonomy of our country, free from foreign governments involving themselves in our politics and in our nation. And she accepted that money from him and let him speak and let him attack Tucker, Megyn. Like literally everything she's done since the assassination does not scream innocent grieving widow to me, does not scream victim to me. Willing participant is what it screams to me. To what degree? I don't know. But to some degree, let's read this. I don't care what anyone says. They're all guilty. Erika, Andrew, Mikey, Blake, Brian, Dan, Frank, and Philly. Sonia, 100% agree with you. Sorry, no earthquakes. I didn't mean to hit the table. 100% agree. And there will have to be like just the most convincing like evidence, proof to the contrary to get me to this other place where I believe Erika's a victim in this in any way. Everyone's free to be at their own place in this, whether that be Candace, Baron, or Zach. And same with me. I'm free to be where I'm at on this, and I just don't agree that, Erika is innocent in all this, but hey, if it ever comes out that she is, I'll apologize and I'll admit that I was wrong. I have no problem doing that. I just think that there's way more evidence out there that she's a willing participant in this and not some innocent victim being controlled solely by Andrew. I definitely think Andrew is not a good person, and he is playing a major part in this. But I think Erika is too. Like what? They threatened her or something? Like she had to be CEO. She couldn't have said like, nah, I'm good. You guys do you. I saw what you did to my husband. I'm good. I'm out. I'm going to take my kids and all this money and we're good. Bye. Right? She could have started, right? Like if Charlie was really reconsidering this like independent alternative to what he was doing, right? Like not like use Candace Owens, Baron Coleman, Tucker Carlson. I don't know how much backing Megan has. I don't know if she's like truly independent or not. But like Candace and Tucker, right? Like Candace was talking about this, Baron was talking about this, that if Charlie really was considering, I think actually just Candace was talking about this today, that Charlie was really fighting with this. Like, okay, this was the way in 2014 when I started this, I thought, and back then that's when technology was what it was. Like, yeah, you kind of had to like attach yourself as talent to some media or organization or company that had access to all this money, to a studio, in order to do Charlie's dream to become Rush Limbaugh. But since then, and really in the last like few years, right, that had all changed. And looking what Tucker and Candace did and how successful they became, and possibly Megan, like I said, I don't know if she's like truly independent like Tucker and Candace are, but can you imagine how appealing that was for Charlie? And so if that's what he was really wanting to do, and Erika was his best friend and helpmate, why would she have stepped into this role, into this organization that Charlie was already considering leaving and going and doing his own thing? Why couldn't she have just done that? Why couldn't she have partnered with Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and done that? Done what Charlie was wanting to do at the end of his life before they allowed him to do it. They took him out. No, instead, she jumps into the thing that Charlie was wanting to leave. And she takes over, and then she goes in the opposite direction than what Charlie was wanting to go. Make that make sense with her being innocent and a victim in this. No one held a gun to her head. Come on. And then, yeah, here, let me read this one. We got Tasha Brinson. Thanks, Matt, for giving this community to share thoughts and for keeping Charlie's story alive and on people's minds. Christ is king. Yes, he is. He will always win against evil. I agree. Listening to Candace Owens play the clip, I didn't get to finish Baron's live last night. It doesn't sound like Baron was exonerating Erika on the clip that Candace played today. It just sounds like he was saying that the ultimate puppet master in all of this, behind Erika, behind Andrew, behind all of them, was the devil himself and possibly demons as well. I agree with that. But I believe that there's physical human beings that have allowed either demons in or are very demonic, evil people themselves that are part of this whole thing. And Erika has chosen to partner with a lot of these people. And she herself, at many times, looks, acts, speaks, behaves demonic and evil. I just, that, man, I don't know how, what? So she's just acting? Why? She's pretending to be this thing? Why? Yeah, it just doesn't add up to me that that she's some innocent victim in this, you know. MRK perspective. Our chat is so smart, informed, and intelligent. Thank you, Matt, for creating this space to be with you and for us to feel heard. Oh, thank you. To be with like-minded people. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. I appreciate all you guys so much. This is a team effort. We do it together. We've all made this community what it is today. So thank you for doing your part as well. And we got another one. We got, do you think if Harris was president, Charlie would be alive? That's a good question. That's a good question. I think since both parties are in different ways, but completely bought by Philly, that the left and the right are just two sides of the same coin. You know, they're both on the bird. They're just the left and the right wing. But this uniparty, this invisible other structure that sits behind, above, underneath, all around, is what really controls it all. I think they would have probably used a different tactic if she were president. I mean, maybe they would have tried to imprison him, because that was also the story going round, right? That Arctic frost, and they were, you know, Biden and Harris was trying to, you know, yeah, charge Charlie and imprison Charlie. And he seemed to be genuinely afraid of that. So I wonder if the tactic of taking him out would have just been different, but taking him out would have, you know, they would have taken him out either. That's just a good question. I don't know. We'd have to speculate on that. So like either way, it's just speculation. Yeah, I don't know. I think they probably would have tried a different tactic, but still would have got him out the way. But then could they have done what they're doing now with him in prison? No, not with Erika. They would have had to take him out either way. Yeah. Yeah, I think they probably would have had to take him out either way. Because it's not really about, you know, him representing Christian, Republican, conservative ideals that got him assassinated. That's not really what it was. It's actually him abandoning some of the most fundamental principles of what has been the Republican conservative party forever, right? This Judeo-Christian, you know, unwavering ally. Philly, we must. And given that the left and the right are all bought by Philly anyway, yeah, they would have just taken him out either way. And for whatever reason, they knew that Erika was the one to take over. She was the one that was going to play ball. She didn't have to, y'all. She didn't have to. She could have said, no, thank you. Bye. Nope. I'm good. No, I'm good. Yeah. It's just insane. Insane in the membrane. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Let's see. Oh, yeah, let's not forget this. I already pulled it up, I think. Let's not forget this. That's where I'd gone on a tangent, right? Let's see.
Kirk. 3 months ago, Erika Kirk's husband, Charlie, was assassinated on a college campus in Utah. To some, Charlie Kirk was the mother of 2 young children. She is also now the
be able to have a conversation that Charlie always enjoyed, being able to have dialogue on both sides so that people could really hear everything that's going on. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for making the time. There's so many subjects I want to cover. I want to begin with the hours and days after your husband was murdered.
Yes.
You got up in his podcast studio where he broadcasted from for many hours every day.
Yeah.
And you said this. You said, you have no idea what you have just unleashed. What did you mean by that?
Let me give you a little background of that day.
Man, she, coming from the world that she's come from, she's not naive to public relations. Nope. She's not ignorant to image creation, how she's presenting herself to the world. And so that has been one thing that has made me extremely suspicious of some of this. Is it's almost like they have intentionally made her seem evil, right? Like with the way she does her makeup, the way she does her eyebrows, all the gaudy jewelry, all of the different outfits she wears, how she looks at the camera, how she answers this, how she does that. Either she's just rogue and she's like, I got this. You can give me your advice, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I got this. Or it's like she's intentionally wanting us to view her in a negative. That's what's so weird. Because every time she gets on the mic, every time she gets behind a camera on this side of the camera, she looks so much worse. There has never been, since the assassination, one time, not one, where she got on the camera and we were like, oh my gosh, like, wow, like that looks like a grieving widow. Like, whoa, like I believe her. She's honest. She's empathetic. She's genuine. She seems to be showing true emotion. Not once. And so for me, it's either she's fully evil and there's just all of them are in on this, or there's like something else going on that I have no clue what it is. Like this psyop is like so complex and so down the line. They're looking decades down the line where this is so beyond. Like, why? Like, why would they want her to look evil? Why would they want her to come across as like having no emotions, devoid of emotions, lying, deceiving, attacking? Like, why would they want that? It seems like they want that. They have all these people advising her. There's people that are telling her like how to look, what to say, what not to say, writing her scripts, choreographing everything. So it's like, what are we watching? Let's see. Why doesn't Maddow say anything bad about Erika? I mean, why doesn't a lot of people say anything bad about Erika? Money, power, fear, there's a lot of possibilities. Hold on. Let me get to this part where it's like, where's the most replayed? Where she like looks down. Where is it? I just saw it. It's like where she's like, I want to talk about planes. I think it's like right. Where's that guy? Where'd he go? It's like right. It was after this guy. I think it's like right. Man, I think I passed it. Hold on. I'm going to find it. Where's that weird old guy? See, like right. Man, why does it go down? Oh, it's right here. So it's right there. All right, let's see. Right here.
Truth from lies. Reality from unreality. A 22-year-old man named Tyler Robinson has been arrested and charged with the murder of your husband. And yet there are a huge number of conspiracy theories, you might call them brain rot, that are spreading right now online about the actual story behind the reality.
You guys, this is so weird. I haven't been to a Calvary Chapel church in so long. And I don't even live in California. And I just got a text from North Coast Calvary Chapel for Taco Tuesday night. That's weird. That just creeped me out. I haven't received that I don't even know. That's bizarre.
One, people say that Tyler Robinson was actually a MAGA Republican. Or two, some people say you were actually a Mossad agent sitting in front of me and you were.
Literally, no one's ever said that. No one's ever said she is a Mossad agent. And look at her like think this is funny and coy and like, oh, it's so ridiculous. How about you like actually be an honest person and be like, I don't know that anyone's actually said that. I know that they've accused me of maybe working with Philly or having some sort of connection to Philly because of my family and BB and all of that. But no one's actually ever made the statement like she's a Mossad agent. I don't know of anyone.
For Charlie's handler and Israel killed Charlie.
Definitely, we've thought that you are possibly a handler of some kind. Yes. And we do think that Philly has some part in this to some degree. Okay? Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Other people say that a number of men in the crowd were wearing maroon T-shirts. And this signifies that his killing was an elite airborne operation, whatever that means.
Whatever that means. No, like, what's funny is you could literally go look at the video. There were like dozens of guys wearing maroon T-shirts, and it just so happened to be what Tyler Robinson was wearing that day. And it just so happens to be like the colors of like that Air Force or Army unit. Like, oh, what a coincidence.
They say that the rings on your fingers, which are
My kids'
your
initials,
kids' initials,
my wedding band, the Medal of Freedom, my engagement ring.
but apparently they symbolize some kind of secret plot. There's also a new theory that Egyptian aircraft have been tracking you. What is going on? Why are there so many conspiracies spreading about what seems to be a pretty open and shut case?
This is the first time that we have seen evil on display where we have social media at our fingertips.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop it. You are ridiculous. We've had social media forever. Okay. It may be the first time that a public political assassination to this degree has happened when we've had social media like this. But I mean, like, we've seen tremendous evil already while social media existed. So that's categorically false. I thought she talked about the planes right here. Where is it? Let's see.
Prior to the trial, lay all of our hands and cards on the table.
They're not even your hands, right? You're not part of the prosecution. Knock it off.
For the defense team to see to some child in you. I don't want to be around it. I want to enjoy eating my In-N-Out burger and my hot fudge sundae. That's what I want to do. I'm pregnant and I have 9 months to own it. You really think I'm going to be on an Egyptian plane while I am wanting to be with my In-N-Out burger?
Oh, here it is.
20% of those trips. Mind you, I've never, all those places they said I've traveled, I've never been. I mean, I say that because this is the first time our hands and cards on the table for the defense team to see, to somehow then, I don't even know what they would do with it. But what I will say, and I want to get on the Egyptian plane thing, take a flight on that for a second. What I will.
She makes a freaking joke about it. That is the Erika that's supposedly an innocent victim in all this. Get out of here. Get out of here. Like, I was talking with someone about this. Like, here's the thing. So much has happened since September 10th, right? And we know happened in June, July, August, right? That she was there for, whether that be Aspen and or Hamptons, that, you know, Erika is the reason for all of this. You know, like she could have gone and did a sit down with Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly and Candace Owens and just told everything and been honest. You know? That's what she could have done. And we all would have been like biggest supporters, defenders, and fans of her. But she didn't, and she hasn't. And then comes out and says like, oh yeah, Charlie said I should be, like, just lying about Charlie. He wasn't afraid of his life. He didn't send that text. He never said that. He said he wants me to be CEO. Just lies. Not innocent, man. Not innocent.
I'll say is what I'm worried about, and I'm fascinated, just from a legal standpoint, to see how the United Healthcare trial pans out.
Is that really something you say in connection to the trial of your husband, who was just assassinated? She is fascinated. She is fascinated. Not concerned. Not troubled. I'm eagerly awaiting the result and the decision, because that decision will impact this trial. No, she's fascinated, guys. Fascinated.
And I say that because this is the first time where we are seeing the implications.
You're talking about Luigi Mangione.
Correct. I'd prefer never to say any of their names. They do not even deserve the ounce of oxygen and breath out of my body. But what I mean is, it's fascinating to see how social media will impact that court case, just how it might impact mine.
Are you nervous he's not going to get a fair trial?
I'm nervous that there could be, they'll say we can't find a fair jury. Like, they're going to taint the jury pool.
You're tainting
and in that case,
oh.
That's how widespread you think these can.
Don't know what to do with this chick.
Conspiracies have gone.
Okay, where's the planes? Get to the planes.
Yes, that's how mainstream they become. Okay.
Egyptian planes.
There we go.
You want to talk about Egyptian planes?
Okay. I would.
Very wise. Yeah, I think it was, I forget who said this, but like, this was the point where like Barry knew that Erika was tanking this all on her own. And that like Barry tried to move on from the Egyptian planes. Erika circled back, right? Let's take a flight. She circled back, right? She did a flyby. She came back. She's like, Egyptian planes. Barry's like, you really want to talk about this? You sure? I don't think it's going to be good. She's like, no. I got this. Check it out.
I was pregnant for 90% of those trips. Mind you, I've never, all those places they said I've traveled, I've never been. I mean, I've been.
Never been? No. I've been, just like I never lived in China. But I lived in China when I did this and that. And I don't drink, but I did drink when I did this and that. And I wasn't dating, but I was dating when I did this and that. Like, oh, I didn't do that, but I did do that when I did this. Okay.
But I'm not with.
They call that double speak.
In those dates that they've.
But you even said you need to.
No, but this is, yeah, but.
Barry, let her do her thing, man. She's doing it all on her own. If she wants to crash the plane, let her do it, Barry. Okay. She's an adult. You don't need to save her. She's not taking the hints. Those like, don't, she's like, no, I got this. No, Barry, just hear me out here. I got this.
I do on that one, only because from a humor standpoint.
Oh, this is funny. Oh, it's funny. Ha, 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 ha. Is it funny? Like when Brian Harple was like, oh, me and the guys that carried Charlie's dying body into the SUV, we laugh about it. It's funny. It's so funny, Sean Ryan, when we think about how his big body couldn't fit in the car and we couldn't shut the door. It is so ha, ha, ha funny. That's, dude, I have not forgotten all of the different things all of these people have done. Everything they've said since September 10th to date. They're not innocent. They're not victims. They're willing participants in all of this, in my humble opinion.
Humor standpoint. I intentionally, when I was pregnant, hid.
Oh, did you?
Not because I was embarrassed.
The fact that you said it's not because you're embarrassed, none of us were even thinking that. Like, I don't know what I would have thought if you hadn't have said that. But then you said that, I'm like, oh, you don't want people to ever see you fat? Okay, I get that, pageant girl. I mean, pregnant isn't fat. That's like its own version of pretty, you know, the baby bump. Like, why? No one can see your baby's face. It's in the tummy. Like, you're not like, I think it is because you were embarrassed.
Not because I didn't want anyone. Yes, we did keep it very private.
Oh.
But it's because it was a moment very sacred. I was growing a human. And
yeah, no one says that though either. No one says I was growing. like a chia pet. I was growing a human inside of me. Like this is some foreign body or something. Like, no one says that, Erika. Do you know what's sacred, Erika? I don't know. Maybe your dead husband in a casket. Maybe that's sacred, Erika. Maybe that's the one thing, or maybe that's one of the things you could have just kept to yourself. You know, we all could have done without that. We really could have. It didn't make us like you. And that's where I'm like, I don't understand the decisions that have been made by all of them. It's either they're so evil and they're like, do something. What? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Try me. Step. You know, what's their bad baby? Catch me outside, Dan. How about that? Bet. Or they're playing some sort of other game. Like we're playing chess and they're playing like Go. I don't know, like a totally different game. We don't even know the rules. We don't know what's going on. And it just looks so crazy. It's one of the two.
Side of me. My baby.
Oh, it's a baby now.
The world that Charlie and I live in is very toxic at times.
And you chose to step right into that after Charlie was assassinated by your omission or your, admission that he was assassinated because of him being in that life. And you're like, yeah, my children are one parent away of being orphans. And I'm just going to step right into that position. Unafraid.
Yeah.
And when you are growing a beautiful child in you, I don't want to be around it. I want to enjoy eating my In-N-Out burger and my hot fudge sundae.
Okay, you didn't dispel the Egyptian planes, sweetie. You didn't dispel the Egyptian planes that no one ever said you were on. We said they were following you. Thanks.
That's what I want to do. I'm pregnant and I have 9 months to own it. You really think I'm going to be on an Egyptian plane while I am wanting to be with my In-N-Out burger and my...
No one said you were going to be on an Egyptian plane. Nobody said that. You know that too. They were following you and you probably know why. And that's why you phrased it like this. All right. Let's check this out. This was sent to me. Let's see if I can go here and then here. So this is backstage at that. Wait, which one is this? Hold on, let me look at it real quick. Where is it? Nope. There. Oh, this is backstage at the Charlie Kirk Memorial. Interesting. I was trying to remember because she's worn white with the black shirt a couple times, and I didn't know because at that red wall thing, she was wearing blue. So is that JD? Yeah, that's JD blurred. We got Trump. We got Usha. Usha, I think it is, right? And then we got Stacey Sheridan. I can't tell who this is. So this is at Charlie Kirk's memorial. Like 9 days, nine or 10 days after the assassination, like immediately. Let's see what kind of spirit she's in. Good? You in good spirits? You know you're there to memorialize your husband who was just assassinated. Correct? And you haven't even buried him yet. So like, just keep that in mind before you pose for this picture, please. Okay. And this will eventually get out because everything always does. So can you please hold back the joy? Okay. Okay. Thanks. Nope. No music. No, I said hold back the joy. There you go. Nope. Fight it. Fight the urge. And I get it. Like, what is she supposed to do? Not smile on a picture? I don't know. Maybe be like, maybe I shouldn't take any pictures today. Maybe I shouldn't take any pictures today. All right, let's see where I left off. Let's see. Where's the last? Okay, here we go. The mainstream left ignores Erika. Why not talk about her? Erika is an easy target for the left. I agree. I definitely agree. That's another thing that's suspicious in all of this. Especially if the left was really like attacking Charlie like nonstop his whole time, and then what? He's gone, and now they're like, we're good now. She's one of us. We got it. We got him out. We don't need to attack her anymore. We're all on the same side. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. It's super bizarre that the left has been mum on this. Let's see. I think they made Erika have the last question kit on. Yeah. Why? I think his dad pushed for it so he could ride his 5 minutes. That was a backdoor deal, in my opinion. They can't make Erika do anything. Erika's the whole reason why everyone tuned into that. If Barry Weiss did that by herself and like no one's tuning in without Erika Kirk there. Erika Kirk and her media team, her legal team, they got to set the terms of that. They had the last say. They said yay or nay, good, no good. They didn't force that on her. Like, oh, you have to let us have Hunter Kozak or else we're not doing it. Erika's like, fine. Any like 60 Minutes, Fox, Jesse Waters, like any other media, channel would die to have them on at that time in the game. And even still to this day, Erika Kirk does an engagement. Everyone's watching, whether that's because they love her, hate her, or they want to see the car crash in real time. No one forced that on her. She knew ahead of time. She knew who would be there, what the questions were. She got to practice the answers. She got to say, yep, nope, I'm on, I'm not, no. That's game, that's not, no, we're not doing that. Her and her team got to set the rules of that, period. She had the power. They wanted her on. They were going to do whatever they had to do to make her happy. All right. Next, we got Chia Pet, you saved everyone in the chat from having to do sit-ups with this one, Matt. Yeah. Chia. Good point. I'll allow it. Okay, thank you. You're the best, Sonia. No relation. No relation, Sonia. Yes, I got you. All right, let's get to a couple clips of Shmandrew Kolvet and Blake and F. Let's see, which one is this? Wait, let me see. The title of this one is The May Day Riot. Okay, so that is the 4338 timestamp. Anything I need to go back just a smidge? Let's go right there. All right. I'm going to be a little bit too far back, but just let it. It'll get to the part that I care about.
They don't qualify for it. And it's a stark reflection of decline. But we are very glad to have congressmen like yourself who will speak honestly about it, because for a long time it was difficult to have that as well.
Yeah, and there's a new working paper out of UCLA by political psychologist Samuel Pratt, and I'm just getting deep into it. But basically,
this is what's interesting to me. He's referencing this new study by Samuel Pratt and what it's about to say and how the crazy left use it. Okay. But now just apply that same logic to them and Salem Media Group, Havas Media Group, Clock Tower X, Show Faith by Works, all of the talking heads, Philly, the Trump administration. If this is a scientific study and the results are to be trusted, his interest in them, I don't think, because he's in media, he's in the space about persuading people to his extreme version of philosophy and religion and politics. I think the reason why he knows of this study is not because the crazy left is using it, which they might be. But if the findings are true, you really think they're not going to use it either?
It's this idea of he's identifying the fact that really what you need is about 5% of the population to be true believers. These would be the Hassan Pikers. And then you get this additional 20% of the...
Could it be the Graham Allens, Brandon Tatums, Ben Shapiro's, Josh Hammers, Andrew Kolvet's, Blake Neff's, Erika Kirk's? Could it be them as well? Yes, it could. And it is.
The population that are sort of moderately sympathetic to these radical ideas, but then they give it license, right? They create the permission structure. This is why Hassan Piker doing these interviews.
Now remember, just apply everything he's saying about the left and apply it to them and what they're doing on the right.
Use in New York Times and kind of generating sympathy from the additional 20%. That's really what it takes to get a revolution. Is it's 5% radicals plus 20%. And
5%. That's all they have to do, y'all. That's all they're trying to do. They're trying to make sure they can reach the radical people. 5%. 5% is all they need. And then the 20 or 25, I'll finish the clip in a second. Hold on. We got, thank you so much, Julia Pierce. What up, BL crew? I love. Is that a different way of saying love? I late, I lave, I ate, I love. Okay, this community and all the positive energy you give and bring to Matt's show. I'm at the ER with my mama, so please send her prayers and energy of a speedy, healthy recovery. Definitely, Julia Pierce. I will be praying for you tonight and for your mom and for a speedy recovery. I'm glad you can make it. We're all here for one another.
They tend to be these people that are the demographic profile of these high scorers is really precise. They tend to be young, female, non-white, and politically liberal. Well, so we have a massive problem, I think, multiple issues here, Congressman, and we're going to continue this conversation at its break, but we have a radicalization problem with young women. A lot of them do tend to be white, but non-white as well. And then you have a young cohort has been brought into this country that's finding political common cause with this radical fraction. And so you get about 25 to 30% of the population that's truly radicalized or giving permission to the radicals. And that's why you have Hassan Piker that has.
Let's see. Jay, are you still here? I don't know how old that was. My mods. What up, Jay? Are you? Is your, let's see. Do you have a different handle? I don't think you do. Well, what up, man, if you're still here? Yeah, we're gonna get it nailed out together to get the next show, the collab together. Oh, there you are. What up, dude? Yes, sir. You know it. What up, man? Yeah. We're going to connect. I saw you last night. So, yeah, we'll get it connected. All right, let's keep going. That was the part that I really wanted to point out, right? Is that, and we're going to look at another thing of Andrew, and then I'm going to give you my two piece of information. Let's see. This one, let me share. And then starting at 1:39:14. All right.
We happen to love.
Yeah, and I appreciate that for sure. I'm an Eagle Scout myself. Charlie was an Eagle Scout as well. Were you in the Scouts?
Nope.
Never. Oh.
Remember that? Remember him saying he was not in the Scouts? Nope. Okay, because it's going to come up in a second. But also pay attention to this next thing.
No, I came from a ranching family that, like, my experience was literally just like on a horse in the desert.
It sounds like a great way to be a scout. But no, but
yeah, I definitely am going to be spending more time in finding out who was and is Andrew Kolvet. But so he grew up in a ranching family. All right, that's interesting. And he was not a scout, right? At all. All right, let's keep going.
It's appreciated because I'm sure we follow the travails of the main scouting organization, the Boy Scouts, which became the gender non-determinist Scouts.
But they're making
some progress.
They're coming back.
It's certainly been a saga. It's been difficult. It's been frustrating. And I suppose I appreciate you guys for evoking the classic image of a scout. I don't know if you describe any specific scouting group they're in, but that really is a set of values that was hugely useful in America, hugely positive for boys. And I approve of evoking that, even if we know that today, the left went after it precisely because it was such a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. I forgot. That was just the part of him saying he wasn't in the Scouts, because here we're going to jump to 152. Hold on. I don't want to miss it. 150. Yeah, 152. 45. All right, we'll go here.
All the insults didn't stick. All the mockery, all that kind of stuff. None of it stuck because he knew who he was. And that's our heart. It's like everything is thrown at kids nowadays from social media and school and who they are and who they aren't. But if they know who God calls them, like, none of that other stuff sticks.
That is so true. I mean, life is a series of things that get in your way, that knock you down, that beat you up, call you names, accuse you of things. And it's how you respond that is ultimately going to define the person. And what is it? It's like life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you choose to react to it.
Think about everything he's saying right now about how he's talking about life and how to respond to it. And now take a step back and look at how he has responded to everything since Charlie Kirk's assassination. And you tell me, you tell me if he is responding to all of the things that have happened since September 10th like an honest Christian friend, grown, honest Christian man. You tell me.
And that resiliency and the courage, building that up in kids. I had a similar story with my son this weekend, actually. And he looked at me, he was scared to go on this ride. And he said, "Dad, I'm going to choose to be brave." And he went and did it. And I was like, yes, like it's getting in there somewhere where I'm like, you got to be brave, son. And he looked at me and he said, "I'm choose to be brave. I'm scared, but I'm going to choose to be brave." Awesome. I was so proud.
You want to know the best way to teach a kid how to be brave is you yourself have to be brave in front of him. You have to show him what being brave, in the face of adversity, right? And like courage, they say, isn't the absence of fear, right? Courage is in the presence of fear, like stepping up and doing the right thing, doing what you have to do, What is it? False evidence appearing real is that the Christian acronym always used, right?
Out of it. And those are the lessons that we need to be getting through. Not that you're a victim, not that there's nothing you can do about anything, not that ultimately your fate is sealed and all is awful. That's not the American spirit either. And I think that's, again.
So why are you, and you're just like, you're doing all that for yourself and Blake and Mikey and Erika. You guys are just all victims in this, and it's everyone else's fault. And bro, take your own advice, man.
Go back to Scouts. Scouts was about giving you agency.
I thought you weren't in the Scouts. I thought you weren't in the Scouts, bro.
And power over your dominion. And I think bad things happen, but ultimately we want young people.
I think back to the Scouts, and the Scouts were, how would you know if you weren't in the Scouts, dude?
People to be the type of people that can overcome the obstacles that are thrown in their life. All right, Blake, final question to you. You're the Scout. You're the Eagle Scout here.
Yeah, he is not anyone, in my opinion, to listen to. Scout or no Scout. I was a Scout. Oh man. Oh, it's because I went to chat. Hold on one second. Do not go. Hold on. I'm here. Don't leave. I had to refresh my page. It's because I went to Chat GPT after not going to Chat GPT. All right, here we go. Let's look at this. So this is something that has been, I brought this up a long time ago. Other creators have also, hammered this one home, whether that be Ian or other people as well. The FAR filing, Show Faith by Works. The other FAR filing, the Clock Tower X and the Havas Media Group. But when I did it, it was a small channel, and I think I pulled a Baron. I think that I was talking, and either you could see me and you couldn't see what I was showing, and I didn't know how to edit back then, so I was like, it is what it is, and I didn't redo it. Or it was you guys were looking at like a blank page, and you could hear me, but you couldn't see what I was showing. So, but I want to look at some of this, all right? Because this is important. Because, I didn't mean to go back and forth. Because Andrew Kolvet, right? Brandon Tatum and Josh Hammer and Erika Kirk, they are all part of this, right? Oh, and I wanted to show. Wait. Before we look at, hold on. Where is when she shows the BB? Is that like early on in this? Let me see. Hold on. I'll pull it up. Where does she show BB? BB, where are you? BB, there you are. I found you. There you are, buddy. You couldn't hide from me. Got him. All right. Let's take a look. Let me get it. Okay. I think that's close enough.
On her show to claim that he did not murder Charlie. That unbelievably odd because nobody was asking, but that is what Bibi Netanyahu said. Take a listen.
Yeah. And like they've all done this like time and time again. They like implant the idea itself. It's like a toddler, and they end up I didn't take the cookie. Bro, I didn't ask about the cookie. Why do you have chocolate on your face? Now I think you took the cookie, bro. Like, we're going to go look at the cookie jar. Holy smokes, bro. There's cookie all over your hands. That's BB. That's BB. He's got chocolate all over his face. He's got chocolate on his hand. And he's like, I didn't take the cookie. What cookie? What cookie? That's freaking BB. That's BB.
Before I let you go, I want you to address
Why is it so
one
quiet?
thing, and it's just the absurdity of it. Some of the internet rumors that somehow Israel is behind the Charlie Kirk murder, and I don't believe it for 1 second. But
no one asked you, lady. And Newsmax is part of the propaganda arm of Philly, so I guess we really can't believe you. Oh, look at you! You and BB have matching yellow ribbons on your lapel. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay.
I want you to, make a statement. It's so absurd.
That's insane.
And so we know BB and his team told her to ask him that question. Okay. We own you. Usually I know how this goes. You guys ask the questions and then I have to answer. Here, this is how it's going to go. Because I'm BB, I'm Philly. We kind of own you. So here's the questions. Make sure you make it look genuine and authentic and like that you thought of it. Okay. Make this be your own thought and ask me this, if you want to keep your head, like you just better do it.
That's insane. Israel also changes the orbit of the moon. Israel pushes the sun. I mean, the whole thing is, it's not only insane.
Okay.
I think it's so absurd, so stupid.
He was going to say stupendous. he was going to say, this is so stupendous, so stupidest, so stupendous. Hey, I think he was going to say, this is so stupid. These people are the worst actors, man. They need to do the fake politicians of our parents' age I think categorically used to be so much better at this. Like, we have gotten the Rumpelstiltskin of politics and politicians in this day and age. Like, they can't even find people that can convince us of their lies. This is who's running the world. This dude, stupendous. Okay, all right. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You're stupid. Yeah, you're stupid, BB.
So stupid and so ridiculous. You can't believe that people are saying that.
Now, we had received a tip shortly thereafter, which we did not run because we didn't want to put a further spotlight on the individual, that Bibi Netanyahu's office actually requested Greta's team to ask that question. So that question came from them, and he wanted to be able to react to that question. Very odd. Beyond this, 6 days later, on September 18th, as we told you, the Israeli Foreign Ministry of Affairs, via Havas Media.
Thank you. Segue. Da, 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 da. Let's go to it. Please. All right. YouTube played nice on that transfer over. All right. So we have State of Israel, Foreign Ministry, or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Project 545. Directly underneath, we got Havas Media, Germany, right? And we know what happened after World War II, right? Like, this place became property of this place and the United States, pretty much, okay? That's what happened to Germany. Germany is pretty much owned by this place and our place, okay? So it makes sense that Havas Media Group is an arm of this place right here, okay? And then we got Show Faith by Works. We got Clock Tower X LLC. We got Brad Parscale. And then we got Salem Media, okay? And then we got Dinesh D'Souza. Oh, that's interesting because that guy did a fluff piece on the guy that took out money. I forget his name right now. The donor that took out money that Charlie sent that text for just lost another Jewish donor, $2 million. You know, they play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no cause but to leave the pro-Israel cause, or leaving me no choice. Dinesh D'Souza did a fluff piece on that guy and just like exonerated him. Oh, this is not true. Okay, Dinesh. So now we know who owns you. It just goes right there. Dennis Prager, we've always known who owns you. Josh, same with you. Laura Trump. Like, this is the one that, like, it just bothers me that I really think he came into this when, like, you had to partner with this company. Back in 2014, you weren't breaking into this space like people are today. Like, Barron making it on the scene and this big, this quick would never have happened in 2014. Okay. Back then, you had to partner with a company like this. Did he know that this company was basically this company, right? This organization, right? This country, right? I don't know. But I think as he found out all of this, what this picture shows, he was like, I'm out of here. And they were like, not so fast. Not so fast. All right, let's go to the filing. Let's look. Let's look at it. Okay. If I need to make it bigger, I make it a little bit bigger. All right. Let me make it in the middle. All right. So we do have the Show Faith by Works LLC, right? Name of foreign principal, Israel. Ministry, Foreign Affairs. Got it. Country, region represented. Oh man, I've been saying that name all day. Holy smokes. Philly, but you can read. Philly is this. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this guy's in here. That's Aaron Shoyevich. Shayevich. Okay. Let's keep going down. Let's see. The next, I'll go slow. Don't want to give anyone any. Then we got Chad Schnitger, Chad Schnitger. Oh, yeah. And this was done on September 26th, right? I think, let's go to the top, right? That's when he signed it. When was 26th. And then it was received by them on the 27th. Okay. All right. Let me go slow. I don't want to cause anybody any whiplash or motion sickness. All right. There's his signature, 9/26. They wasted no time. In my opinion, this is what happened. Okay. The money that went into this and into the other one we're going to look at was part of what Bibi was offering Charlie. Silence, compliance, complicity. We're going to do this. You just need to ignore it. I don't know that they were going to ask him to promote it. I think they were asking him to look the other way and to allow them to use their technology at all TPUSA events, affiliated churches, all things TPUSA. And he said, no. And they said, okay, then we'll go with plan B. All right. So describe fully the nature and method of performance in the above indicated agreement, right? So Christian outreach through various grassroots and digital targeting of Christians in the Western U.S. We will create a mobile museum to display at churches, Christian colleges, and Christian events. We will target and distribute pro-Philly information online and through targeted geofencing and digital online tools. We will have teams of people reaching out to churches and pastors and possibly even Christian social media influencers. Do you remember when Bibi did that sit down with influencers and he was like, the swords and guns are the weapons of yesterday. The weapons of today are social media and, they're buying TikTok, but we also need to infiltrate the more. And he was meeting with popular Christian influencers. Yeah. So they definitely started reaching out to them. Some of this is still undecided and fluid, but these are the outlets we have planned and proposed. All right, let's keep going. Now, let me go to, wait. Here we go. Encouraging Christians to have a more favorable view of the nation of Philly and to encourage Christians to visit Philly for tourism purposes. Because then when you get there, I think more indoctrination happens. Okay. Here. So even on this filing, even though this is the Show Faith by Works, they are connected to Havas Media Group. When was this received? 9/18, 8 days after Charlie Kirk's assassination. It's almost as if right when he was gone, they were able to proceed with the plan. What is the purpose? Christian outreach in the Western U.S., $325,000, right? And $881, but it's even more than that. That's just that part of it. Like the itemized is so much bigger. Let's keep going because the other part I want to show. Oh, well, hold on. I didn't zoom in. It did that, right? The total sticker package for brainwashing Christians in the United States is $3,258,961, and then another $835,000. Okay, for the budget, optional for the budget. Okay, yeah, Wyoming, Texas, Utah, blah. Come on. And Charlie was like, "Yeah, no, I don't think I can. I don't think I can do this." Right. So let's go. What's this one? This is the mobile experience, right? A 10/7 mobile experience, right? October 7th mobile experience, right? And they're going to literally put a VR on people and make them, live a very traumatic event. So then they can immediately after get them to sympathize and partner with them and support and defend this foreign nation and their interest over ours. Let me get to, it's right after that. Hold on. And the total sticker package of this one is $424,000, right? And some change. Here we go. Let me read this for you. Targeted geofencing. This is the largest geofencing and targeting of targeted Christian digital campaign ever. Geofence the actual boundaries of every major church in California, Arizona, Nevada, and Colorado, and all Christian colleges during worship times. Track attendees and continue to target with ads. Follow-up targeting. So that's targeted geofencing. Follow-up targeting. Geofence our own events and other Christian events like all TPUSA events, Make Heaven Crowded events. Yeah. Any event with Frank Turek and so on and so forth. Continue to target Christians with effective ads and calls to action. Social media advertising. Created and collated social media distribute through our social media channels. Salem Media, Havas, Brandon Tatum, who else? And targeted Christians. Website development, 4-week web development timeline, created logos, themes, content, and website product. Update security to prevent attacks, constant content uploads and web data hosting. Redirect. So here we go. SEO optimization and web maintenance. Redirect nearly all web traffic to friendly sites based on key terms. Ensure that website is the top of all search results. Prioritize our information to key demographics. Interesting. All right, let's go down to, and I just want to show you, you guys can Google this. Oh, here we go. This is the top. I scrolled down too fast. You guys, oh my goodness. All right, hold on. I mean, this is a lot of money, right? The foreign ministry of Philly is spending on propaganda. Oh, wait, so this will tell us number of churches in California, 219, Nevada, 14 of mega churches, right? 38 in Arizona, 32 in Colorado, total of 303, right? And then we got Let me keep going. Hold on. And then here we go. Churchgoers, estimation, number of Christian colleges, estimated numbers, estimated campus population. They know who, where, how many they are looking to target. Targeted population. Whabam. They're coming for us, people. They are coming. Well, they already started, right? And then at the bottom, here is the list. Everybody needs to look at this list. Everybody. Okay. Especially, I mean, you live in Wyoming, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, California, and there's others in here too. It's not just those. Let's see. Texas. Texas is huge in here. If you live in Texas, you need to look on here and see if your church is on here. Okay. Utah, Texas, Wyoming, California, Colorado. You need to be aware, and you need to go ask your pastor what the actual heck. And then you need to see if your kids go to Christian colleges, if they're on here. And then there's other smaller churches that are unknown and just denominations. So there's other churches that could be also affiliated here. Oh, what do you know? All Calvary Chapel churches, Vineyard churches. Everyone should print this out, take it to your church, and talk to your pastor and ask them, are we on this list, or are we one of the denominations, but are on here, but aren't specifically listed? But did you approve us to be on this? Yeah, thanks, man. Wait, so that was okay. So this, wait, is this not the same one? I don't think. Hold on. Let me go back to the top of this real quick. Let me make sure I don't have the same document pulled up twice, because I didn't when I did this earlier. No. Okay. So the first one I showed you was the Show Faith by Works. Now this, and remember, Havas Media Group was also listed in that document. All right. Now in this document, this is the Clock Tower X. Can you share the link, Matt? Yes. I can try to figure that out. I literally just Googled Show Faith by Works FAR filing. Watch. I'll even show you guys right now. Right now. All right, let's see. All right, so here's the search page, right? So FAR filing right here. I see it's in my search history. FAR filing, Show Faith by Works, whabam, and it's this first one. See this purple one that I already clicked on? Department of Justice, okay, received by NSD FAR registration unit, and then it says the date 9/27, and then boom, and then you click on that. Okay, so that's the Show Faith by Works one that I did. It's the first one that pops up, Department of Justice. Okay, now the other one I did is this one. Okay, FAR filing, Havas Media Group and Clock Tower X, and it's also the first one to pop up, Department of Justice, and it is 7649 Exhibit -AB and then 2025 918 PDF FAR e-file. Okay, it's super easy. You can type in FAR filing, Havas Media Group, Clock Tower X, because I don't know how to how would I share this? How would I copy the link? Copy link. Let's try this. Okay, and then let me go back and do the other one, which would have been that one. Okay, and then let me go here, copy, bam, 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 bam. Oh, that's interesting. That one gave me more. Let's see if it doesn't ding me. All right, there we go. All right, now let me go back. But that's how easy I got to it. Okay. Let me go back here. So now here we are, the Clock Tower X LLC. right? We got Havas Media Group. All right. Compliments of the Plaza Hotel. No, compliments of Philly and Germany. Okay. Foreign Domestic Organization. Duh. Okay. All right. Let's see. Aim, mission, objective, right? Global Media Agency. All right. It says that they are supervised by a foreign government, foreign political party, or other foreign principal. Yes. And then the rest are no. They're not owned by, directed by, controlled by, financed by, or subsidized by any foreign government. That's interesting. Oh, but explain fully all items answered. Yes. Okay. So supervised by the state of Philly. Okay. On behalf of. Okay. Directed by. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Oh, there he is. Bradley Parscale on 9/18. That seems to match up with the previous document. Interesting. It's almost like they didn't wait at all. They were busy at work. Before the memorial, they were doing this. Andrew Kolvet, Erika Kirk, they're all looped in on this, man. They're all looped in on this, okay? There's no way, there's just no way that they're not, okay? There's no way that they're not. All right, let's see. Here we go. Let me get to this part right here. Registrant shall provide strategic communications, planning, and media services in support of Havas engagement by the state of Philly to develop and execute a nationwide campaign in the United States to combat anti-Semitism. Am I sharing the right one? I am. Okay, cool. I also need to pull up what I also need to pull up is, let me exit out of that. And there, I'll pull that up. I'll look at this in a second. But all right. All right, let's keep going. And it just restates it there again. Describe fully the activities, what the registrant engages in or proposes to engage in on behalf of the above foreign principal, principal. And it says, right, a nationwide campaign in the United States to combat anti-Semitism. Okay, by the state of Philly, right? They want to brainwash us all. You know? Oh yeah, and up here, okay, so it initially, like it formally was sent out on 9/18, but where's that date where it said 9/8? Where did I see that? I just saw that somewhere. 9/8. 9/8. Right there. What is the date of the contract or agreement with the foreign principal? 9/8. What in the actual heck, guys? What in the actual heck? 2 days before the assassination. Okay, that's very, very suspicious, I say, in my opinion. We need to find Bradley Parscale and get rid of him. Not really. No one get rid of him. But I mean, like, he needs to be arrested and they need to be charged and convicted and sentenced and imprisoned for a long time. Right? Man. Yeah. All right. There's a lot of other just boring writing here, but let me get back here. Let me do some things with y'all. All right. Thanks, Matt. I read that. All right. What's the last one I read? I think I read that one. Yes. And then I read Maddow. The mainstream left ignores. I read that one. Erika. I read that one. Chia Pet, read that one. Good point. Okay. This is where I left off right here. Wait, stop it. There we go. Thank you, Tiffany Green, for your donation and support. Much appreciated. And then we got Julia Pierce. What What's up? Oh, I read that one. All right. Can you share the link? Okay, this is the one I didn't. I think, are you talking about the links that I ended up sharing, right? Right, Sassy, Sweet Sassy T, for the Havas, for the Clock Tower X FAR filing, and for the Show Faith by Works FAR filing that I did throw in the chat. That's the one you were asking for, correct? If not, can you tell me what link you're talking about? Let's see. We got Always Be True. YouTube is messing with my super chat. Please spot it in regular chat. Thanks. Thanks for your work and your fight to expose those liars. Okay, Ken, one of my mods, can you find Always Be True's super chat that didn't go through that she's trying to send to me? I love you guys. Yeah. Oh, my pops wanted me to let you guys know he served in the U.S. Army, 82nd Airborne, and we wore maroon berets and still do. Yeah, maroon is a for sure color in the Air Force and the Army. And for the Army, it's the 82nd Airborne. But ladies, one of the mods, can you send me Always Be True super chat that didn't go through so that I can read that? She said that they were YouTube's messing with her and not letting it go through. All righty. Let's see. Yeah, so 1 second. Let me pull something up. Yeah, so hold on. This is what's wrong with America, the American media, yeah.
This was particularly notable for many people, that interaction that you had with Mike Huckabee. And the reason you in particular got so much pushback is because there is an enormous sensitivity around Israel being the homeland of the Jewish people and the attempt to delegitimize that.
I have enormous sensitivity about the United States being the homeland of my people and the burial place of my ancestors. I have enormous sensitivity about the future of the United States. Those are my concerns. I'm not dismissing the concerns.
I'm going to add criticism, critique, and commentary. YouTube, do not delete my stream, please. Fair use.
Of any other group, including Israelis or Iranians or Venezuelans or anybody else. Everybody has his or her own set of concerns, but my concerns revolve around my country. And so I'm not going to subordinate my concerns and the concerns of my children to other people's hysteria, no matter what country it is.
Why do you think you get tagged so often with anti-Semitism?
Because I think there are two reasons. One is
that's what they do to try to shut you down and shut you up, right? It has been a tactic for decades. They can label you a conspiracy theorist. They can label you a racist. They can label you a homophobe. They can label you a Nazi. They can label you an anti-Semite. And the list goes on and on and on. Because once the label sticks and enough people just believe the label, they don't listen to you. I mean, that trick, though, that tactic may still work on a few. But, buddy, we're awake now. You got our attention, okay? We're paying attention. It's not working no more. Not on me, not on the Black Line crew, not on the community of Candace Owens, Baron Coleman's community, not on Zach Costello's community, not on Jay Yapper's community, not on the people that are free thinkers, not on the people that are truly America first and are just done. We're just done with the BS, like done. Like, it just doesn't work anymore. And you can see them try their tactics time and time again. And it's like, what are you guys still doing here? Where have you been? Hello? Hello? We're done with all this nonsense. You know what I mean? We're just done. Right? Oh, man, I didn't mean to exit out of that. Ugh, I'm going to have to do... let me go to my Shmeemail. Let's see. Who sent me the clip for tonight? Here we go. We're not done, though. So please keep getting supers in and comments, questions. That's like my favorite part is engaging with you guys. Stop. Hold on. I have to go back here. I have to share this way. And here. Oh, because May the 4th be with you was yesterday. It was yesterday. I forgot. May the 4th be with you.
Best Star Wars movie of all time. Yeah! Yeah!
You think that's the best Star Wars movie?
It has the best choreography and the best CGI of all time. It holds up. It's way better than anything that's been putting out nowadays. It's got biblical references, the fall of Satan, the fall of Lucifer, Palpatine tempting Anakin just like the snake in the Garden of Eden. Here you go.
You've done your homework here.
I have. I got it all right here.
I'm going to die on this hill. The original Star Wars is way better than anything. So I'm sorry. I'm going to die on this hill.
I think that you just like the prequels because of the nostalgia.
I like the nostalgia. Also, the acting is better. The story is better. It's firmer. The first ever Star Wars, considering when it was made, you want to talk about the most advanced CGI. The fact that they had those kind of graphics back in, like, I think it's 1978 it came out. 77? Well, you guys really know your stuff. I don't know if I proved you wrong, but you've definitely, I've learned something that people are passionate about.
Revenge of the...
Yeah. I think there was a clip of like Andrew, I think it was, I don't know, I don't want to misspeak, but saying like he's not a Star Wars fan or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, I can't say that I think Andrew Kolvet and, Charlie Kirk had anything in common. I just, think that all those people around him were like yes men, telling him what he wanted to hear, acting a part, playing a role, lying to him, misleading him. When this manufactured crisis came about, oh, now we have to call Andrew Kolvet. And now Andrew Kolvet's like this freaking thing you can't get rid of. It's like a tick. You're like, bro, you're like a part of me. You're like a parasite. I know ticks aren't parasites, but I mean, like, it's like I could die trying to get you unattached from me. And even after I unattach you, I might have Lyme disease now forever. Like, coming in contact with Andrew Kolvet will forever leave me scarred and sick. That's how I think of Andrew, as a tick. Yeah. I think Erika Kirk fits the bill. I think, Blake Neff, Mike McCoy, Rob McCoy, Frank Turek, Josh Hammer, Ben Shapiro. I think the only people that don't fit the bill that were in Charlie's life are like Dave Smith, awesome. Tucker Carlson, awesome. Megyn Kelly, kind of awesome. On some of the things she's been awesome. On some of the things she hasn't been. I agree with Candace's take on it. She was not against the FedSlop narrative, but she was against Philly and all of that stuff. And they hated her for that. So that really tells you, like, where's the line drawn in the sand? Like, you can oppose things in the United States and the government and different departments of what, but you can't oppose Philly. You can't. Let's see. Have you seen the pro Philly videos at the Make Heaven Crowded events? Send it to me in the email. Send me, if you got it, 1 KD degree. Thank you for your super, by the way. Can you send it to me in my email, please? theblacklinebrief@gmail.com. I'll look at it right now. I'll pull it up. Because I don't even like, let's see. Let's back this train up a sec. Okay, it's not letting me do it there. Oh man, I did it again. I'm gonna have to add it to the screen and the scene and the bam, bam, bam. All right, I'm gonna have to go to this one. A new tab. Let's see. All right, so we'll go. These are just like the different speaking engagements. For real, Make Heaven Crowded has its own YouTube channel and it has 49,700 subscribers. How in the heck could it do that? And I do not see any pro Philly videos. So if you send it to me with a quickness, I can play it with a quickness. But let me make sure I got through all the supers that came through. Yes, 1K to degree was the last one that I've seen. So how did I do? How did I do tonight, you guys? Did I do okay? Did I make any earthquakes tonight with the camera and the desk, or did I do pretty good? These lives are great. It's like one giant dinner table. We all sit around and shout the breeze or shoot the breeze. Sorry. Yes. Let's see. Oh, she doesn't have it saved. Okay. No worries. No, because like I've never seen them play that in any of the Make Heaven Crowded event. What's up, K-Luck? Heart you too. I've never seen them play that in the Make Heaven Crowded event. It's like you had to be there, I think. You'd have to find someone's video that was there and filmed it because like they're playing it before the people come on. I hadn't seen it, and every time I looked, I haven't found it. Oh, thanks, guys. You guys are the best. All right. All right, you guys. I think we're going to call it. God bless you guys. Love you guys. You guys are the best. Let's see. Maybe in a members only, which I know I haven't done. And I apologize. I need to start doing more, but also like the last time I did it. What up, Zach? What up, dude? Do you think Erika is getting good advice from her PR firm, Kairos Company, Johnny Moore? Johnny Moore. I knew it started with a J. Thank you. And Andrew Kolvet. They run marketing ops for a foreign government, but are botching Erika Kirk. No. And we need to be asking why. Yeah. So, okay. Hold on. I'm so glad you popped in, man. That's kind of what I've said too. Look. Either they're playing a game that none of us are aware of because she's not stupid, you know, like she's not new to media. She's not new to TV and PR. I just don't think she could be forced to do all these dumb things. I don't think she's so dumb and ignorant that they could trick her to do these things that all turn out to be bad. I think they're all part of it and evil, right? Or like I said earlier, for some reason, they all want us to view her this way. And I said, it doesn't make sense. And I don't know why. And it's like they're playing a different game. We're playing checkers. They're playing chess. They're playing some super long game. And we're in it for like a shorter game. Like they're playing the whole 18. We're playing the back 9 or something, or a front 9. Like, because I can't believe, I can't get to the point where I believe she's so dumb and ignorant that they could trick her into believing that any of this would be good for her, and her be so short-sighted that she goes along with it, and then after the fact has been like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys tricked me and you had me do this. Look at how bad I've been received. Like her makeup, who she does her appearances with, what clothes she wears, what jewelry, who she talks to, who she does, what she says, her facial expressions, the the answers she chooses to, the questions she chooses to answer. It's hard for me to believe that she's so naive and ignorant that she could even be tricked to do this and not see it. That's what's hard for me to believe, is that she's even that dumb or naive and ignorant that they could trick her and give her bad PR advice, and that she'd be so dumb to be like, oh, that's good advice, I'm going to do that. Yeah, let's go on Barry Weiss. Yes. When Barry's like, let's not talk about Egyptian planes. No, let's talk about Egyptian planes. To me, she seems to have like full autonomy in this and is a willing participant in this whole thing. Hanging her cross out the window with Stacey Sheridan, doing the chair thing. Like, also, she could have exited stage left, right? Like, if Charlie, and I mentioned this earlier, Zach, and I believe too that Charlie was coming to terms with like, hey, when I came into this game in 2014, I kind of had to partner with Salem Media Group. But now, since then, in the last couple years, right, you have Tucker, you have Candace, they've all branched out on their own and they're extremely successful, right? And he was like, that's appealing. I want to do that, right? And if Erika's in the know with her husband, she would know that, right? And in the event after his assassination, when they nominate her to be CEO, she could have been like, no. Thank you very much. I'm going to do what my husband was going to do. Right? No, she chose to go into the beast, the belly of the beast that literally, maybe, possibly was part in murdering him. And she went into that belly and then completely did an about face and go the other direction. How could she be so stupid as to the optics of that she could not foresee all of this? Really? Like, she really couldn't see, like, this is not going to be received well. Look at everything he said and did publicly. And at any point when she saw how these things were not landing and missing the mark, she could have said, you guys are giving me bad advice. I'm firing you. I'm going with a different firm, one that has my best interest. No, she stayed with him. So either they're evil and they're all part of it, in my opinion, or they're playing some other game and they want us to see her this way. I can't come to any other understanding of why she would dress, talk, look, act. Everything that she's done is either they're evil and don't care, and it's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Or it's, you guys are so dumb. You're playing right into my hand. You're doing exactly what I want. I want you to see me this way. I want to be the villain. I don't know. I just don't think that I'm not to the point where I think she is this innocent victim in all of this. I'm just not there. But like I said in the beginning, it's okay that you are, or Baron is, or Candace is, or whoever is. Like, everyone is free to be at a different place in this. And like I said early on in the show, hopefully you saw that part, is that one of Zach's issues with this whole thing is having too many people involved is hard to believe. It's more likely that it's possible. I know Mitch Snow said it's not hard to believe, right? Things with compartmentalization, need to know. It doesn't really mean it's less likely if there's a ton of people involved. That's Mitch's opinion, okay? But I also kind of agree with Zach that, like, the more people we say are all involved in this, like, the whole way, and that's been like Jesse's critique on this, right? Is that, like, the more people you say everyone's involved all the way, the less likely it is, right? And trying to come to terms with, like, could Charlie really have been completely hoodwinked and misled by Erika? Or, did she really love him? For me, I think she hoodwinked him. That's just where I'm at. And I don't know that she really loved him. I don't think she did. If we were to go back and look at everything from September 10th to date that no one held a gun to her head to say and do, to lie, accuse and forgive Tyler Robinson. Yes, I do. There's so much there for me that it just is there's just too much for me at this point. But I said at any point, if actual evidence comes out that she is an unwitting, like a victim, and she's had no part in this, whether the before, during, or after, and they've been taking advantage of her, I'll be one of the first to publicly apologize, say I was wrong, and I will support her. I don't think that'll happen. It might. Because like I also said, there's so much out here right now that we've started all these threads of investigation, but we haven't made it to the end of most of any of them. And so much of this is suspicion, right? Allegation, concern, questions, but we haven't arrived at solid evidence or answers to really point and be like, guilty. We're not there yet. And so there is room for not guilty. And I'll be the first to say I'm sorry and support her if that ever were to happen. I don't think it will. I think there's so many things she could have said and done since the assassination that immediately could have dispelled all of this and put all of this to bed. And she's an adult. She has connections. She has support. That what's a media group is making her afraid for her life, that she's just forced to do all these things that are not in her best interest and have made her look horrible. Yeah. It's hard. What? Someone always be true. Jim Bear, you see my comment on Z super chat. Where did someone send? Oh, I think my wife sent it to me. Hold on. Let me go back. I sent you. Okay, those are clips. Yeah, I'll play those clips. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, no one sent me the super chat from Always Be True. So, well, how long is the clip? Hopefully it's not super long. Hold on, Putz. I gotta go here. I have to add to the stage. Oh, it's a Charlie clip. Okay, cool. Yes. I don't care how long it is then. It could be as long as it wants. Dope. Let's do it. Make it big. Ready, set, go.
You have found the love of my life. However, she's not where I am in my journey with Christ, and I want to have a marriage centered around Christ, and I want to know what are some of the best ways I can help guide her towards our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, so that we can share a happy future together.
It's a phenomenal question. Can I ask you, what is her objection as to why she will not follow Jesus?
She doesn't really know how there can be a higher power when there's so much evil in the world.
So here's what you should say. Evil cannot exist if there is no standard of good. She only knows something is evil because she believes there's a transcendent good. We know as believers that there's an absolute standard above us that we appeal to. I would encourage her and say, just because there is evil does not mean there is no God. In fact, it means the only reason you know it's evil is because there's a transcendent, perfect standard of good, and that is God himself.
Yeah, and if you were to take like Christian ethics or logic classes, right? Like the only way we know happiness is to compare it to not happiness, which is sadness. Anger, like you have to have an opposite to compare to, or else they both have no meaning, right? Joy is nothing without pain, and happiness is nothing without sadness. Goodness is nothing without badness. Good is only good if you know what evil is, and vice versa. Yeah, curious, Matt. How'd you come up with the name, the Black Line Brief, Sweet Sassy Tea? So I was like Googling like different concepts and ideas of like here, like watch. Let me pull this up. Let's see. No, that's not. Man. It's somewhere in my search history. Like I was either going to go with like one of the names was the adversarial record. What was another one? Those were the top two. Was like the adversarial record or the Black Line Brief, and it had to do with like exposing government corruption. You know, speaking truth against power. Yeah, if you go to the channel and you read the description in the channel of the Black Line Brief of the description, you'll see kind of where I draw that from. We got another clip that I'll pull up. And then I'll share it. Hold on.
I have 30 seconds left to live. I'm dying from a gunshot wound. But what would you actually want to tell me if I have 30 seconds left to live?
Boy, you got 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, you're about to meet eternal judgment. And there's only one way that you can get bailed out of that. And it's not all the good things you did or the moral scorecard. It's whether or not you have Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. And that's the only thing that's going to matter. And so you got 10 seconds left. You're dying from a gunshot wound. And you ask the question, who is Jesus Christ? And the answer to that singular question, who is Jesus Christ, is the most important question for everyone in the audience. Not how much money you have, not how much good stuff you do. It is, who is Jesus Christ? You might say, oh, Jesus was, a teller of good tales, or Jesus was a good person, or Jesus was a historical figure. None of that's going to cut it. It's whether or not you repent and you ask Christ to come in as your Lord and Savior. That's the only thing that will save you from eternal damnation. Thank you.
Holy smokes. Yeah, I didn't think that would do that. Wow. Man, I got to take a breath. Whoa. Every time I'm about to try to talk, that spoke to me, my personal life, my personal testimony, but also the surrealness of Charlie being the one saying it. It's just so sad. But good thing he knew our Lord and Savior, and I think good thing he was a good and faithful servant, and that he's standing at the right hand of God, and he has no more pain, no more sadness, and no more sorrow. And he won the good fight. He finished the race, and that's like literally the only thing in this that you know, I can't even say that makes me happy or gives me peace or is a silver lining, because it's just everything else. The whole reason why he's there in the first place at his age is just so evil and so tragic that, yes, even going to heaven is a beautiful thing. And I'm glad he's there, but the whole context in which he is there is just so freaking evil. You know? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, here's the super chat that didn't go through. Okay, this is my super chat. BB has the same acting coach as Erika. Like for real, or is like for a fact? So not convincing. Charlie Kirk might have chosen the white tea after all, as he knew he would be free very soon. Yeah, the white tea with freedom. Check out his tribute to John MacArthur. UVU event book next day. Okay. Thank the mods for trying to find it everywhere. Yeah, I will. Thank you, guys. Man, I don't think I was ready for that. Sorry, you guys. Okay. Don't forget, for those of you that want to donate or support to the channel, you can do it here on the Black Line Breathe through Venmo, or you can do it. Where did I send it? To myself. Here. On Buy Me a Coffee at the Black Line Brief here. All right. And so if you pause this and you screenshot it and use your phone, or you just type in buymeacoffee.com/the Black Line Brief, you can also support me and this channel there. So I understand a lot maybe don't want, YouTube to take its percentage out. There's other ways like Buy Me a Coffee or the Venmo that would ensure more or most of it or all of it goes directly to me and this channel. And I love whatever anyone is able ever to do, even if it's just you hitting the like and subscribing and watching. That's more than I could even ask for. And so everyone that does that in and of itself, thank you so much for doing that. That is like the best and assured way to support me in this channel, in this community, is to like, subscribe. And then if you're present for the live after the video posts, go over and throw a comment in like, great video, great stuff, short word, and then you're out. And it's a great way to help. Okay. I understand everybody's at a different place in life. Not everyone is able to give a super chat. Not everyone is able to donate to a Venmo or Buy Me a Coffee. And don't ever feel obligated to do that. I want you here, period, whether you can or can never do that. And so just be here, be here, be active in the chat in the community, or just watch in a distance. My only request, and all I ask of you is, if you do watch, just hit the like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. God bless you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Love you. God bless. Bye.